All right, out here in the woods, it is, I think it's like 10 o'clock at night. It's a Saturday, running the can, and it's a Saturday, so I don't really care if I make the neighbors too mad. People should be out partying, you know, still celebrating the new year. So what I'm doing is I have not tried this can at night. This is the Huxworks Rad 9 in the full configuration, and right now I am running it on an FM Products 9mm AR style. It has a 5-inch barrel. So what we're gonna do is, it's a Glock 19 mag, have 15 rounds of, pretty sure this is just like the Winchester Wind Clean wad cutter design. So it should be pretty quiet, and like I said, we're testing for nighttime, so just wondering how the flash reduction is. This is a flow-through can, so it has holes, port holes in the front. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that at night. Has port holes, so there should be a little bit extra flash that comes out of there compared to a normal can. And my gun isn't really configured for anything other than fun, so I don't even have a light on it. So the target has a little light about 6 feet in front of it to kind of illuminate that a little bit. I'm going to shut this light off right here. There should be probably, out of the first, you get first round pop, so the first round that comes out of the can is going to burn. It allows all the oxygen that's in the can to burn too, so it's going to, to burn all that powder. So it's going to be, should be a little bit louder, probably have a little bit more flash than the rest of the rounds that are in there. And then once we get done with this 15 rounder, I don't remember, this is like 21 rounds. Yeah, 21 rounds of just Winchester white box supersonic. Want to try that too, and should be it. I don't think I'm going to do any more than those magazines. Some of it's going to be into the plate. I think the first few rounds are going to be into one of my stumps, and just see how it sounds at night, especially with it. It's going to the temperature changes a lot. It's cold. It's probably 50 degrees right now, and ain't no probably to it. Let's see. What's the temperature?
It's 42 degrees outside.
I'm a weirdo. 42. So that changes a lot. The probably temperature wise, I don't know if it makes it sound better or worse. I have no idea if it's going to change the flash. I'm sure it all does. Science stuff. All right, here we go. Let me shut this light off. Oh, that's not off. All right, here we go. I have no idea if it's even going to focus. Here we go, into the stump. So far through my visible eye, I don't see any muzzle blast at all. Good thing when you shoot at night is you can see just how gassy things are. I get a lot of gas coming out the charging handle port. Watch. Oh, I think so much gas coming out the whole thing, you couldn't tell. Putting in the supers. Let me turn that light off, see if we get a bunch of blast. I'm like 2 feet in front of the camera. Let's see if the blast is visible. Doesn't seem like it. was expecting some kind of blast. Apparently it works real good. Maybe when we watch it on like the big screen, you'll be able to see some flash. But I mean, even with my naked eye, I took my eye away from the sights and shot it a few times. Just looking right at the front of the cannon, did not see anything. Since we're out testing, doing nighttime stuff, I know I said I'd only do these 2 mags. I am gonna take the can off, give it a second to cool down. I'm gonna grab some gloves, take it off, and see how the flash is just with no can. Hold on a minute. Fuck. All right, took the can off. It actually wasn't that bad. I was able to just put my t-shirt around it and take it off. Got some supers in here. See how loud it is. The other thing I want to tell you is I have had with this gun so far, a lot of people have feeding issues because there's basically no feed ramp in almost any 9mm AR barrel. It just kind of gets in there. Just give it space and it'll get in there kind of thing. What I'm talking about is when you look inside here, certain, I guess, I don't know, certain magazines, I don't think any Glock magazines, like a 10-22 magazine has a feed lip on the front of the mag, but there's nothing for that. And in the barrel, I have to open a bolt and there's a round in there, so I'm not gonna do that. But basically, like the barrel, there's no feed lip. You can see kind of right in there. So some people have feeding issues. I haven't really ran into that many, even with like flat nose truncated rounds. Some of the subsonics are flat up front. The only issue I've had, and it's not even the actual gun, because the gun that I bought the upper fully assembled with a strip lower, and then I replaced their charging handle with an Anderson one. And what I did was to block some of the gas coming out of the rear area where the charging handle goes in, I just looked online because there's some gas busting charging handles that kind of block that, whether it's with being thicker right in here because there's a lot of play up and down and side to side and everything. There's a lot of play to allow that gas to come straight into your eye because you're right there. So what I did was, some of the ones online I saw had vents in the actual charging handle, because the charging handle goes all the way up here and then hooks onto the front of the bolt to pull it. So what I did was, along the charging handle, I'll roll in some pictures at the end of the video, I drilled some holes in it, just down and dirty, grabbed it, went outside, took a block of wood, laid the wood down, put the charging handle, and just freehand drilled some holes. And the last few hundred rounds, actually probably last like 1,000 rounds through this, racking the charging handle back was kind of hard. It was getting, as I do it, it's getting harder and harder and harder. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So the other day when I went and cleaned it, I noticed the front of the charging handle was cracked, which is funny because I drilled it, which obviously weakened the metal, but it didn't crack where I drilled it. It just cracked randomly up the front. So I don't know if it's just racking it too hard. I don't think I'm racking it too hard, or pulling up on the charge handle a little bit. A friend of mine was saying maybe I'm pulling up on it at an upward angle and it's just breaking it. The only thing I can think of is either I'm pulling it up a little bit when it's all the way back and it's breaking it, or the, because I'm running a Geisley, however you say that, Giselle, Geisley, whatever the fucking Gisley, Super 42 braided. You're not gonna be able to see it. Let me see if I can stand where in there. Oh, you're not gonna see it no matter what angle I have the camera at. You won't be able to see the writing on that, I don't think. Anyway, I got an H3 heavy buffer in there and a double braided wire spring, so it absorbs some of the recoil because it's direct blowback. So to kind of make that not as much recoil, I did that spring combination with the heavy buffer. So I think that maybe that spring is pushing that bolt forward super fast and hitting the charge handle, I'll break it. That might not make sense to you. I'd never heard, just like a charge handle is just there and just does its job. You know, it's like, how does it work? I don't know. It's just there, it does its job. But it's very interesting when you look at what it does by taking the bolt out and just like throwing the charge handle and then looking at it, you know, with the upper off, and just, you'll see what I'm talking about in the pictures. Enough yapping, let's shoot this thing. probably gonna keep it on like the lowest setting so I can somewhat make sure that I'm in frame of the camera and we can still see the blast. Here we go. Blast isn't actually that bad. Sorry, neighbors. It's only 10:09. They'll be fine. Saturday.